Yo, what up? Welcome to the stream. I see Jay Shorn is in the chat already. New game I gotta have. I mean, maybe if you like Power Wash, you probably like this game because very similar vibes. You're just zoning out and doing chores. It's basically what's happening here. Is we're doing chores. Do you want to see something cool? Actually, before we get into the game, can I share something really cool? Well, I think it's cool. Actually, hang on. Let me double check my sound mix first. Should have done this before the stream. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now everything is the correct volume. You want to see something cool? You see this record right here? The one that's on my turntable? You see how pink that is? That pink record, I promise you are not ready for. You are not ready for this pink record, sir. The Clueless 30th anniversary pink vinyl, direct from Capitol Records. Yeah. There we go. There's a little peek at the track list. Of course, you probably want to see how close can I get that to the. Yeah, there we go. Honestly, the Muffs Kids in America was worth the price of the whole record. But there's other good songs on there too. Yeah, that is the 30th anniversary pink pressing of the Clueless soundtrack on vinyl. Well, since we're sharing, I have a couple more things to show off before we get into the game today. The first one I want to show off is from a little band called Ninja Sex Party. This is their newest. It's called Under the Covers Volume 4. They have this is their fourth all covers album. Ninja Sex Party is of course Ninja Brian and Danny Sexbang, I think is what he goes by, or Dan. Is the singer with the hair. Or Dan Ativan, that's his name. Anyway, yeah, so Ninja Sex Party decided to press their fourth cover album to vinyl, and I ordered a signed copy, and they sent it to me earlier this week. The track list on this is actually insane too. Here, I'll show you that real quick. Look at this. Look at this. Look at these tracks. First of all, that is like the fourth cover of Power of Love, or the fourth version of Power of Love that I have on vinyl. I have so many copies of that song at this point, and I'm not complaining at all because it's a great song. I love me some Huey Lewis. Just What I Needed, Rosanna. The Rosanna cover on here is really good. Invisible Touch is a really solid cover on here. And yeah, Hey Jude at the bottom. Oh, Walk the Dinosaur is also really good. Their Walk the Dinosaur cover. I have the original Walk the Dinosaur from Was Not Was. I have their album. I found it like for $3, I think, at a Goodwill or something. This really great copy of Was Not Was. So I have Walk the Dinosaur on vinyl already, but now I have the cover of Walk the Dinosaur by Ninja Sex Party. And then, you know, I have two more records to share with you very quickly. We're not gonna spend too much time on these, but I don't know how to explain these records. I bought these records on eBay. They were, I guess, part of a set. So I need to find the other records in the set, or maybe just, you know, make enough money to buy the whole set, and then I'll just have 2 copies of these. But these are Dr. Demento. Dr. Demento released the greatest novelty records of all time. And this is volume 4 and volume 5. So volume 4 was from the 1970s. These are all like novelty songs from the 70s. And then the 1980s, volume 5 is from the 80s. And as you would probably expect, volume 5 from the 80s does indeed have at least one Weird Al song on it. Yeah, it's got another one, Rides the Bus. The one from the 70s has like some Cheech and Chong. Oh, also has Weird Al. Actually, the one from the 70s has Weird Al's My Bologna is on here. The 1970s. And then the 1980s one has another one, Rides the Bus, which is the big breakout hit that made Weird Al famous. Dr. Demento made Weird Al famous on his show. He famously like discovered Al and then put him on his show and then helped him sort of establish his career as a parody musician. So if y'all are wondering who brought the world at Weird Al Yankovic, it was this man right here, Dr. Demento. So these are a couple of eBay pickups that I got recently. They're both in excellent condition. And and actually, you're not going to see this anywhere because this is 100% personal to me. But the guy who sold me the records, I kind of was like messaging him back and forth a little bit on eBay. He was this very sweet old dude that was like looking to thin out his record collection. So he was selling off some of his old records, and he was just a lovely dude to talk to. And so he wrote me this like personal handwritten note, which I'm not going to bother spending a lot of time on. But it's, it's front and back. So the whole note isn't visible here, but he just wrote me a very nice personal note, which I'm keeping in the sleeve. So that was very nice of him. Okay. And with that, we should get to some gaming. Oh, that's right. My controller doesn't work on this frickin' game. I need to go keyboard for this one. All right, so here's the game. The game, I think I'm actually getting pretty close to done here, but this section of the backyard is where the pool is. And we have the pool's been pretty well cleaned up. We've got the beach ball down there in the pool. We've got the barbecue smoker grill thing out here. We cleaned all that up. A couple of picnic tables. We picked up all of this. There was a couple of tools in the shed that we had to buy, so we bought those. And then, of course, we got all this stuff picked up. So, so far so good. So, we have a bag here. And what we need to do is actually take this bag and we need to go over here to the basketball court. And I need to be able to shoot it from here into that trash can that's way over there. Let me see if I can hit this shot. Wait, that didn't work. How do I throw it? That's okay. Honestly, that was almost close. Just like that. I didn't even mean to get it that close. So we might be able to actually make this. Hang on. Let me put some arc on it. Ooh. That was so close. Okay. A little bit to the left. So let's compensate to the right. Just a little short. We'll get a we'll get an achievement if we make this shot. Nope. Snowhole has subscribed to tier 1 for 3 months. In advance. They've subscribed for 4 months, currently on a 4-month streak. Hey, Snowhole, my dude, thank you very much. Good to see you, by the way. Welcome to the stream. I am trying to make this freaking shot. Hopefully the retail gods were kind to you today, my friend. I know day before Thanksgiving is sometimes, you know, the funny thing about the day before Thanksgiving is that like especially in retail, it's either a super chill, slow day or a wild, ungodly, horrendous day. Like, and there's really no in between. Nobody ever just has a normal day in retail the day before Thanksgiving. Much like Black Friday. Some places get absolutely destroyed on Black Friday, and other places it's like they might as well not even be open. I think I can make it, but I'm not getting close enough. I think that's the problem. Is I need to shoot it from the. I'm trying to shoot it from the basketball court. I need to be shooting it from the driveway. Nailed it. Is that far enough? I don't remember how to. Oh, there it is. No. 14 and 15 meters. Okay. So I need to hit it before I hit the driveway. Shit, and I don't have another bag. I gotta go make another bag. We had a winter storm last night into this morning, so it slowed down the day until afternoon, then the mall picked up. Ah. It's weird that you can't interact with the water pump. I feel like that's a little bit of oversight on the dev's part. Maybe in a future release they'll add that. Okay, we have another bag of leaves. Let's see if we can make this shot. Maybe I'm not aiming high enough. Oh, I feel like it's so freaking close. Friday will be busy with people buying, and Saturday will just be busy with people window shopping, doing what I can to relax with my Friday shift being 9 hours long. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, I don't blame you. Well, I'm glad I could be here and be a part of your relaxation process. It is my absolute pleasure and privilege to share with you some lo-fi and some good vibes and a little bit of a hangout before you got to go brave the Black Friday nonsense. Why is that? Oh man, come on. I'm doing the thing. I feel like I'm doing it right. Maybe I'm just Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna leave that there for now. I got more leaves to pick up. We're gonna make more bags. It's entirely possible that we're not going to make that shot at all, which, you know, I'm prepared for that too. Oh, Snowhole, you missed it. I was sharing some records at the top of the show. I'm not going to pull those back out, but I do have actually, hang on. I want to pause this real quick because I do have one other thing to share with you all. I bought these. And I'm still not really sure what to make of them, but I just ordered some stuff on Amazon because there's a problem, and I'll explain the problem in a second. But I bought these. So I bought this. This is a 4-inch vinyl single of Third Eye Blind. This is, it's got Semi-Charmed Life and Jumper on the back. Or so A side is Semi-Charmed Life, B side is Jumper. But this is Third Eye Blind. This is a 4-inch vinyl single. And then of course had to get me some K-pop Demon Hunters. And then a little bit of Nightmare Before Christmas. This one's got This Is Halloween on the A side, and What's This on the B side. Love me some Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm so incredibly excited about this one, y'all. Look at this. Vince Guaraldi Trio, Charlie Brown Christmas. It has Linus and Lucy as the A side, and Christmas Time Is Here on the B side. So these are little 4-inch records. They're not CDs. They're actual vinyl records. You can put them on a record player. It cannot be an automatic player, which unfortunately this record player right here is an automatic player. But I have other turntables that are not automatic, so that's fine. Here's Frank Sinatra doing Jingle Bells and Silent Night. So we got some Frank Sinatra in the mix. And last but not least, as a matter of fact, I think y'all will have a special appreciation for this. This is my one and only Pentatonics record. I found Pentatonics doing Christmas Time in the City and Christmas in the City and Silver Bells. So I finally have Pentatonics properly on vinyl. Albeit a tiny 4-inch vinyl, but it is a Pentatonics vinyl record. And so I have those, right? There's 6 of them here. They're on a special, buy 2 get 1 free. So they ended up being about $10 a piece, which is, even at $10 a piece, it's a little much, but in this economy, whatever. But now here's the problem. I need to figure out what to do with these because I don't have sleeves for them. I don't have a way to store them. My cube shelves are really not made for records this size. They're made for full-size records, right? None of my crates are made for records this size. I have a 7-inch crate for 7-inch singles, which these are almost half the size of, right? So I have a 7-inch crate. And then I have a couple of 12-inch crates for like my full-size 12-inch records. But I've got nothing to store these in. So what I figured out was a CD is 5 1/4 inches. So I got some sleeves that are made for CD jewel cases, and I'm going to put these in there. They're going to be a little bit loose fitting, but they will be in sleeves. And then I got a storage box that's made for like CD storage. And I could put these in there. Again, it's going to be a little bit loose fitting, but it will totally work. And so until this company, so this is all made by a company called Tiny Vinyl, and they're licensing the music and pressing the little records and doing all the work, right? So until Tiny Vinyl can figure out how to solve the problem of storage and sleeves and all the other stuff that comes along with like record collecting, we kind of have to get a little creative. And if they don't solve that problem themselves, then probably someone else at some point will solve that problem. But either way, this is the problem that we're running into at the moment, is that we have these little 4-inch records that are hitting the market and no way to store them and no way to sleeve them and take care of them. So this is going to get weird. This is going to get weird and it's going to get interesting. And I am lucky enough that I'm jumping on the Tiny Vinyl train early so that hopefully I can make a little content about it. We can talk about it. I'm not trying to collect all the records out there. There's a bunch of Tiny Vinyl records available if you Google them. Tiny Vinyl has a kind of an impressive amount of stuff already made or that's going to be released. The thing is, I don't care about all of it. Like, there's a lot of stuff I just don't give a shit about. Artists I've never heard of, stuff that came out in the last 3 to 5 years that I just don't care about, right? I want the classics, and then occasionally I'll bump into something like a K-pop Demon Hunter where it's like I gotta have that too, right? By the way, this has Golden on the A side, and then Your Idol from the Saja Boys is the B side. Shout out to all my K-pop Demon Hunter fans. Anyway, so I've got a little stack of tiny vinyl records, and we're gonna kind of see. This might be my next like TikTok project. I'm not sure, but we're working on figuring out, like, now that these little records are hitting the market, like, what are we gonna do with these? How are we gonna store them? How are we gonna sleeve them? How are we gonna take care of them? Because they are records. Like, yeah, they're tiny and they're kind of made to be sort of disposable, but I really want to figure this problem out, and I want to maybe like make some TikToks about it and kind of see if I can drive that conversation a little bit about like what's going on with that whole tiny vinyl thing. You heard K-cup and not K-pop. Snowhole, you have a problem. You're entirely too addicted to coffee, and I support you in that. Let's get back to the game, y'all. Okay. So we got some leads to pick up. Once again, we're enjoying some lo-fi from my friends at Kiraga Records. Y'all know and love the folks at Kiraga. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to be slinging some records this weekend. So Black Friday, I will not be leaving my house if I have anything to say about it. But Saturday, I'm going to be at a craft fair called Geek the Halls here in Portland. And I'm going to be tabling the craft fair. So instead of, like, I'm not going to be DJing per se. I'm just going to have my little portable turntable. We're going to play some lo-fi, just kind of like we do here on the stream. And then I'm going to sell some lo-fi records and some art prints. I've got, you know, my buddy Eric that made the art prints for the lo-fi parties. He's going to come up, hopefully. He's kind of got a cold right now. He's trying to get over it. COVID test was negative, so we know it's not COVID. He's just, you know, he's just kind of fighting off a little chest cold thing. But as long as he's feeling better by Saturday, he's going to come up, hang out. We're going to sign some prints and sell some records and do the thing. It's going to be fun. Well, I don't think it's going to take too long for us to be able to get through pretty much the rest of this. We've got this greenhouse area, and then we have this like hedge maze back here that we have to clean up. We'll probably do the hedge maze. No, I think I'll do this lower part and then the hedge maze and then double back to the greenhouse. So we'll do the greenhouse last. But yeah, there's a I'm just tossing the bags over there for now. I'm gonna try to get that 15-meter shot. Once I have a few bags, I can kind of set them up so that I can take multiple tries. See if I can hit that shot from the basketball court. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know. See if I can make that shot. Honestly, I should be throwing the bags on the basketball court because that's where I'm going to be shooting them from. I think that's probably what I'll do. See if I can get these out from underneath that bench. Oh, there we go. Easy. No problem. Okay. And then we just bag everything up. More bags means more chances to try and hit that shot. We need to start just putting them over there. Thank you for supporting my problem. You know, I'm not going to get on your case about the coffee habit, Snowhole. The cocaine is an issue, though. We don't love the cocaine problem, especially in this economy. That shit is expensive. What's wrong, Snowhole? Well, I was trying to relax before my stupid Black Friday shift, and this freaking streamer kept making fun of my cocaine habit. I don't even have a cocaine habit. Gonna rename this game Dad Earning Golf and Beer Time Simulator. It's kind of what it is. I mean, here's the thing, though. Isn't Power Wash basically the same thing? Need bigger bags. 500 leaves per bag sucks. Can I get bigger bags? I don't even know if can I get bigger bags? No, I'm maxed out on that stuff. I can upgrade the blower a bit, but yeah. Depends on what you're power washing. Oh. My dog's an idiot. The barn was the worst for me. The barn was okay. The barn did feel kind of tedious, honestly. It was a little tedious and kind of took a while, but we got through it. Some power wash levels be like that, yo. Just, you know. Dog or dogs? Well, it's just the one dog that's barking. The other one is pretty good. She doesn't really bark out of turn. I think it's because we got her young, so we're like training her young and not letting her establish a bunch of really bad habits, which is really helping out, I think. She's already got just a way different personality than Einstein. And you know, she's about 12 weeks now, which is kind of the point where she's starting to get a little big. Like my wife weighed her this morning. I guess she's 19 pounds at 12 weeks. We're pretty sure she's probably gonna hit 60, give or take. So she's gonna be a big girl. But she loves to cuddle. She gets so wound up when we let her out like in the morning to go to the bathroom, and she'll come running in from outside, wet paws and all, because you know it's been fall weather here in the Portland area. Yeah, so she'll get like, you know, wet muddy paws. She'll jump up into the bed and immediately come for my face. Is it not? Oh, I guess it doesn't open that way. Okay. Oh, thank you. I've been handed a cookie. Yeah, I really like I really like our new puppy. I mean, she's still little and she's still learning some stuff, but she's a really good dog. All right, let me hit this cookie real quick. This just came out. Yep. My wife bought some fresh chocolate chips too. Oh man, that's good. It's like chocolate chip and pumpkin. It's like, yeah, it's like a pumpkin chocolate chip cookie that she makes. They're really good, but they're a lot less, I think they're a lot less sugar. Which is also cool. Because the flavor mix goes really well. The pumpkin and the chocolate chip. It's a really good combo. And then it has the added benefit of being lower in sugar. So, you know, it's not like they're healthy. Like, they're still cookies. I'm not saying it's like a healthy alternative. But you know, who don't like cookies? Dorothy's watching. She's complaining about the pumpkin. What, these pumpkins or the pumpkin and the cookies? You got to be more specific. We got pumpkins all over the place. In the cookies? I mean, it's almost no different than like a pumpkin pie. Like, these cookies taste like pumpkin pie if you just added chocolate chips to them. I don't know. I like them. If Dorothy's not having it with the pumpkin, then she doesn't get any cookies. Sorry, Dorothy. None for you. Good to see you, Daddy. I hope you're doing well, by the way. Oh, man, why do I always gotta stop what I'm doing to boot out these stupid banned message things? All right. Chatbots are the worst. Doing fantastic. Jared and I get a date night soon. I love to hear that. Where are you going for your date night? Don't know. Nice. Well, Dottie, I hope you have a great time, and I hope he doesn't fuck it up. I want to start taking my wife out more too. I just, you know, we have the dogs and we just like we're still sitting on comedy club tickets, you should go. You guys, the Curious Comedy Theater is so fun. Their like Friday night improv show is so good. Like I legitimately, like, my face was hurting from laughing so hard. It's such a good time, y'all. Here's the thing that I'm learning slowly but surely about local comedy is that it's very similar to the local DJ scene in that there are a lot of people sort of per capita in Portland that are trying to get into the arts, trying to do something with themselves when it comes to DJing or comedy or whatever. But like, there's a lot of talent that just goes unsung because we don't really have that LA level industry here. Like, so there's just a shit ton of really talented people that are just working in small clubs, playing small shows, whatever. And I think Curious Comedy Theater has done a fantastic job of curating that talent. And so all of that is to say that if you are somebody in the audience for a show like that, you get to have the benefit of seeing some incredible talent without having to pay incredible prices. Never mind the tickets. Like, yeah, you guys have tickets that you want at the thing. And like, I'm glad that you guys got some tickets. You should definitely use them. But like, holy shit. Like some of the folks that I saw in that improv show were worth way more than a $20 ticket. And I'm not even like working with them like that anymore. I'm literally telling you this because it's my opinion. I don't have to tell you shit. I don't have to say nice things about Curious Comedy Theater. That was never really our agreement. I'm saying nice things about Curious Comedy Theater because I actually believe it. I genuinely think more people should be going and supporting that place and getting down on with what they have to offer, because what they have to offer is funny as hell. I feel like I should make a TikTok about that. How crowded are they? I mean, here's the thing. That's a hard question to answer because there are people there. Like there is an audience, you know, but it's set up in a way where, like, you know, you get your own table and shit. Like, even right down front, like Carrie and I sat down front. We had our own table to ourselves. It was just the two of us. We weren't sharing a table with anybody. And we had plenty of room to sort of just enjoy ourselves. So like, there are people there, yes, but it's not like a rock concert where you're standing in a mosh pit shoulder to shoulder with a bunch of sweaty dudes. Like that's not the kind of vibe it is. It's a proper club environment. So you'll have a table. The table has some nice soft lighting. You know, I think you have to go like get your. I think the only thing is you have to go and like get the food, or maybe you like have to go order it and then they'll bring it to you. I don't remember exactly how that works. But I don't think they have like full table service like some places. I think you have to like go to the like food counter and like order the stuff, and then I think they give you like a number or something to stick on your table, and then they bring it out to you when it's ready, and then they'll bring it and you can set it down in front of you. I think that's how it works. But you know, like that's not a huge thing, you know. And it saves their staff from having to just wander around and bother you in the middle of the show too, because you don't want to be watching some comedy and have some waiter come by and be like, "Is everything all right? Can I get you anything else?" You know, like that kind of shit. They don't got none of that going on. If you need something, they're at the back, and that way you're not ruining the show for anybody else. Sounds like fun. We'll definitely check it out. Yeah, you totally should. I really think you'll like it. My wife is also not a big fan of like crowds and like, you know, being around a ton of people, like, especially, you know, just sort of like generally. Like, she's okay when we're together and like, yeah, we're not, you know, like when I'm not working and we can actually like be focused on each other, is I think what she prefers when we go out, you know, for a lot of obvious reasons. I mean, that makes sense, right? But yeah, no, we had a really great time, and the people there are really, really great. Heather, the manager, is pretty dope. And so if you go down there and you meet Heather, you know, tell her I sent you. Tell her I said hi. I got to meet a couple of the performers after the show too. They were super nice and everybody was super funny. Some dickhead in the back was shouting dumb shit at the stage and they shut him the fuck down, which was hilarious. Like these are performers that are not new to the stage. They obviously are used to dealing with, you know, like some dude shout some dumb, like they asked for suggestions at a couple points throughout because it's an improv show, you know? So they asked for some improv suggestions at a couple of points and, you know, inevitably you're going to get some idiot in the back that's like shouting dumb shit at the stage and they just, you know. Like I remember at one point some guy yelled something at some like female presenting performer and they were just like, wow, bro, really? Like just like it kind of got a chuckle from the room and thankfully he like got the hint and fucking stopped. Because you know how it can be sometimes people drinking and then going to comedy shows and they act like assholes. This isn't really that kind of place. Like honestly, like yeah, they sell alcohol, but like it's a nicer spot. It's a nice little vibe. You get a table, you get big comfy chairs. Oh, that's the other thing. Y'all know I'm a big boy. They had chairs that I was relatively comfortable in. So, you know, just on like I don't think y'all are necessarily concerned about it like that, but just so you're aware, I was pretty comfortable in that space, like in those chairs and at that table. And we were sitting right up front, like we were right on the stage. Oh, thank you. I got handed another cookie. I've got a bunch of bags stacked up, so I think this one I'm just gonna stick this in this bin right here. Nope. There we go. Jared just ran out of the store to get cookies. Cheers. This one's for you. So who all's got plans for tomorrow? Anybody? I just talked to my mom. She usually goes over to my sister's husband's family. They have like a little ranch out a couple miles outside of the town where my mom lives. And so they usually go over there for Thanksgiving, which is kind of a normal like routine for them, and that's fine. That works, you know. My wife and I live like half an hour out like north of my mother, so like getting down there is not always easy. What am I doing? I don't have enough for a full bag yet. What am I doing? There we go. Sleep in, watch wrestling, and continue playing Atlas Shrugged. You mean BioShock? Are you playing BioShock still? How far are you into BioShock? Like where are you at like currently? That game's like 20 years old, so you can't really like spoil it at this point. Which is actually kind of wild to think about, because like for a 20-year-old game, goddamn does that thing hold up. Holds up really, really well. Especially if you have the remastered version. I've only been able to get an hour or so into it. Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, like some of the bigger twists and stuff you haven't even got to yet, which is cool. I don't think it's a spoiler to say that there is a twist coming. But I will not speak on that further. The other question though, unrelated to the story, are you enjoying yourself? Are you having a good time with it? Because I do want you to know, and I'm sure I've iterated this before, but I will reiterate it here and now. BioShock is one of my all-time favorite games of all time, forever of all time. So, I mean, you know, I'm not going to get on your case if you're not enjoying it. It's okay. Everybody has their own stuff they like and don't like, but I will tell you, for me, BioShock is one of my favorite gaming experiences of my life. And I've been gaming for goddamn 40 years. I would put, after 40 years of video games, I would still put BioShock probably top 5. Maybe even top 3. I played it when it was still fairly new. I played it again about the 10-year anniversary mark or so. And then I played it again. I played it a third time not that long ago. I want to say during the pandemic. 3-4 years ago, I played BioShock again. I played the remastered, and that's why I know that game holds up, because I just played it a couple of years ago. Early days in the game, but I'm enjoying it so far. Nice. Yeah, I really wish they would do more with the property. I think it's one of those properties that got kind of like the IP got shelved after their last game, and I don't know what they're working on, or if the rumor was they were working on a 4th one. But I don't know where we're at with all that. Wait, what the hell? Hey, come here. It's a friggin' bag. Question. How do I get in here? I don't know how to unlock this. Infiltrate the secret room. Clean up all the leaves. Hit the basket with everything you can. You know what? I've hit it with a leaf bag, and I've hit it with the basketball. I don't think I've shot the basket with the beach ball yet. So I think we need to go grab the beach ball. I'm gonna take a break from the leaves. I'm gonna go get that beach ball. This game is called Leave It Alone, and it's basically power wash sim, but instead you're picking up leaves. And I've been enjoying it so far. I think it's got a nice cozy lo-fi vibe to it. Yeah, we need to toss this thing through the basketball hoop, I think. We also need to get to work on this pile of bags I got sitting here. Whoa, okay. Let's start from back here, maybe. Nope. Not close enough. Let's go top of the key. Whoop, almost. Maybe free throw line? Nope. A little higher. A little too high. Oh, come on. Hey, let's go. What did I unlock? It says dunk like you're drunk. Hit the basket with wait. Oh yeah, hit the basket with everything you can. Sweet. I gotta buy all the upgrades. How am I doing on money? I'll buy some more upgrades. Airstream width. Yeah. Speaking of money. All right, so let's move this into the corner. We're gonna get all of these, just kind of pile them up. I googled it. You want how to get in the room? Sure. How do I get in the room? By the way, thanks for the assist, Dottie. I appreciate that. Clean the greenhouse 100%. Oh, well, okay. Well, in that case, maybe I'll stop with the hedge maze and clean the greenhouse first, because I don't want to pick up all the leaves and then like be done and not be able to do my like other missions and shit. All right, let's see if I can hit this shot. We want to get a nice. We're gonna line it up. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then we're gonna kind of using the logo on the bottom of my monitor to line this up. This is wild. All right. Oh, so close. Okay. Let's go up and then just a hair to the right. Then we're gonna. Oh my God, that's so close. Hey, yo. Did we hit it? We got it. Hell yeah. 15 meters. Let's go. Now I got to pick up all this crap. Man. Whatever. Did I just hit that? I think I did just hit that. I'm kind of flinging these in that general direction so I can go over there and pick them up. Because I can't hit the... I don't have a can over on this side. Whoop. That was weird. Why did it do that? I think my finger slipped on the keyboard. There we go. Man, I hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. I'm having a weird week, but like a good kind of weird. Like the good kind of weird that makes me kind of go, wait, did I just hit that one too? Was the secret all along to pile up a bunch of bags so that it bounces in? Is that why I couldn't hit that shot? And I just hit two of them accidentally. Oh, this is stupid. By the way, they don't have the controller stuff working right on this game, which is why I got to play mouse and keyboard. Except I don't use a mouse. I use a trackball. So I've been playing this entire game with a trackball, and I don't love that process. But whatever, it kind of is what it is. Good Lord. I definitely overshot that one. Yep. See, now I can just hit it from here because it'll just bounce in. Wait. Yeah, look at this. I've hit 4. There's 5. So many friggin' bags. All right, that's the last one. All right, let's get over here and pick up our mess. This one got away from me. This one got away from me. What a mess. Jay Short. Jay Short, I heard you went for cookies. What kind of cookies did you get? Follow-up question. When did you all decide that I was going to be your bad influence of choice? Snickerdoodles, lemon, blueberry, and 2 pounds of chocolate chip for the wife. I mean... sounds to me like somebody's not playing around with them cookies. It is a good day for cookies. You were a bad influence when you were power washing. Spent what, $25 and spent 3 days cleaning? I think that's all of them. Yeah. That looks like all of them. All right, so then we got this hedge maze, which honestly is getting pretty close to done anyway. Let's work on the greenhouse a bit, because if we can unlock that secret room, we can check another checkbox off on the journal. What's this? Oh, Sonic Frontiers. You know, Sonic Frontiers is another game that I need to play. I should probably, I'll just toss it over there. Not worried about it right now. I don't know. I think it's on sale on Steam right now, so I could just play it on my PC. I really want it on the Switch though. Like, I want to play everything on the Switch, but I know because of the limitations, the hardware limitations of the Switch, that like Sonic Frontier is one of those games that just doesn't run great on the Switch. I mean, they might do like a upgrade for Switch 2 where it has the better graphics, which would be kind of ideal, honestly. But then who knows what that's going to cost. I'm not really trying to pay no $80 for an old game, you know? I don't know. It also kind of depends on some stuff. 2026 might take an unexpected turn, and we'll just have to see. Hey, hey, stop doing that. Speaking of Sonic the Hedgehog, I finally picked up the Steelbook for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. So now I have all 3 Sonic the Hedgehog movies in Steelbook. I need to see if they did the Knuckles series on a Steelbook. I haven't looked yet, but I'm hoping that they did. I think they did. I think they did a Blu-ray release, but I don't know if they did a Steelbook for the Knuckles series. But that series was really good. Idris Elba, of course, is always amazing. Oh, the fence into the bin by the basement. No, I know there's a thing there. I'm not gonna. It's on this side. So if I shoot it over the fence, I'm gonna overshoot it. So that's not gonna work for me. I'm just gonna toss them through that gate, and then I'll go get them in a minute. That's the beauty of doing some, some lo-fi and chill gaming. Like, we don't gotta be in a rush. We're enjoying ourselves. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I think they did a Blu-ray release of the Knuckles series, but I don't know if they did a Steelbook release. So I gotta look and see. But now that I have all 3 of the main Sonic movies on Steelbook, I wanna kind of see if I can find a copy of the Knuckles series. If I can't get it on Steelbook, that's fine. I'll just get a standard Blu-ray, but that's for sure one of those that I want, like, all of them. Not only because of, being a lifelong Sonic fan, but also those movies are freaking great. Like Ben Schwartz and Jim Carrey and, what the hell's his name? James Marsden? Friggin' Cyclops? I saw a really great meme, actually. There was this incredible meme, and it was a picture of James Marsden driving in a truck with Sonic the Hedgehog in the passenger seat. And then there was another movie he did where he was driving in a car or something, and there was another little, like, animal character in the passenger seat. I can't remember which movie that was from, but it was something kind of unrelated. And then the third frame of the meme was Cyclops behind the wheel of a car with Rocket in the passenger seat. And the caption was something like, "If they don't do this for Avengers, for the next Avengers movie, I'm out." We need James Marsden's Cyclops driving something with Rocket in the passenger seat to fulfill the trilogy. That's looking pretty clean. Yeah. That looks pretty good to me. I think we need to kind of finish along here, maybe. Get the rest of this. It might need to be this whole, like, patio section. Oh. There we go. Let's pick up along here. Thank you. I am tap strafing my greenhouse to pick up leaves. Eat it, Rainbow Six. Oh, I see. Okay, so this whole thing is considered the greenhouse. So I need to pick up all this before it'll unlock that door. Because it says I'm at 83.4%. I just noticed that. All right, well then we'll just pick all this up. Whatever. Let's go over here and we're gonna get our mess picked up a little bit. Whoop. There we go. You see what I mean, though? If I had shot over the fence, it would have just gone down in the basement. That doesn't really help. I wouldn't have been able to hit that garbage can from there. The angles, man. Angles is all wrong. It's all about them angles. You might say that DJ Switch literally knows ball. Isn't that what the kids say now? So-and-so knows ball. Like, I have knowledge on the subject. Although in this case, we're talking about literal basketball. Which I do have some knowledge on, by the way. Not only from being a lifelong Blazers fan, but also because I played basketball up until high school. I actually played on my freshman summer team and hated it. And my coach was a dick. And then my dickhead of a coach that made me quit basketball ended up being my fucking senior English teacher 4 years later. And that piece of shit not only almost cost me my diploma, but a few years later got fired for selling coke to one of his students. So fuck that guy. Yeah, well, I know Fire Boom. Oh yeah, I guess I'm also like kind of friends with the guy from NBA Jam, Tim Kitzrow. So like I also played a shit ton of NBA Jam when I was a kid, and now I'm friends with Tim Kitzrow from NBA Jam. So like I'm pretty connected to basketball, I would like to think. Am I gonna be getting my fat ass on a court again anytime soon? Probably not. Even if I get this weight off, like, I'm 40, man. I ain't got no business running up and down a basketball court like that. These knees have been through some shit. I don't think I'm gonna put them through anything like that anytime soon. But hey, I'm still a fan. I still enjoy the game. You know, I played it for a long time when I was a kid and learned a lot. It was actually kind of funny. My drummer and my MC were posting up on each other at a basketball court. We were at this place. We were doing a show at this place one time where they had a basketball court set up. And so just for fun, for like a minute, we were just kind of bullshitting. And it was weird because like I started giving them pointers. Because as a big guy on the court, my only job was to post up. And so like my drummer and my MC were both, 5 foot something, considerably shorter than me. And, a lot closer to like a normal human person's height, right? They're not like I'm 6'4". So like anybody in the 5 foot anything range, I'm kind of towering over them, right? And it's so like, my drummer and my MC are like, they're balling with each other a little bit, and I started giving pointers on posting up. Like, hey man, like when you post up with your back to the defender, like don't roll left because that's your ball hands. Roll right so you can continue to protect the ball as you're rolling around the defender. He has to plant his feet, otherwise it's offensive, or it's what the fuck is that call? If he doesn't plant his feet, it's a foul. I can't remember what kind of foul it is right now. But that's the kind of shit that like, like as a kid, I never thought that the adult version of me was going to be given pointers. Like, hey man, like, roll the other direction when you're ball handling so you can protect the, protect your positioning and stuff. But honestly, if I was gonna coach a sport, it would be hockey. Like hockey was the sport that I loved the most growing up, and the sport that I learned the most intimately, and honestly, if I could go back, like if somebody made, like if a genie granted me, you know, my 18-year-old body again, and I could go back to playing hockey, I totally would. Like I go back to training and I get back on the skates and pick up a stick again. So if I ever was in a position to coach something, I'd probably want to coach hockey. But you know, truth be told, I'm not that guy. I've had some tremendous coaches in my life that had a great impact on me, and one of the ways that I am grateful for their impact is that I know what a good coach is, and I know that that's might not be my skill set. I don't think I'd be a bad coach. I think my skill set would be better used elsewhere. Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me. 99.9%? What am I missing? What could I possibly be missing? What? Is there anything under there? Under the tire? No, I don't see anything there under the wheelbarrow. I don't see anything in the... swings, right? Okay, so then we've got... whatever. Checking in the corners. Blow everything. Jay Shorn, this is not that kind of show. You've got to be fucking kidding me. One leaf under the bench. Whatever. It's fine. We're fine. Everything is fine. What's in here? Also, why is this the perfect song? Oh. Okay. There's some dust blowing around down here. Where is this taking me? Am I going to the neighbors? Excuse me? What the hell is happening? Are those people? Were those fucking squirrels? They took my profile photo from my Steam account. Wait. Subject number 95455. Are the squirrels testing me? Was all of this a plot by the squirrels to test me? And see if I would pick up all the leaves? Irresponsible on YouTube says, I feel like you need emotional support right now. Kinda. I just spent the last 3 hours, 24 minutes, and 53.603 seconds being tested by squirrels and then getting my photo taken, in which they ripped my profile photo off of my Steam account, but whatever, that's fine. I beg your finest fucking pardon. You went to public school, you should be used to that kind of thing. This game got so weird out of nowhere. There was people in a thing in a lab. Okay, whatever. We're gonna pick up the rest of these. I do want to finish the game. We have some more leaves to pick up, and then we have some more achievements to try and accomplish, and then I guess we go back in the secret room when we're ready to like be done or whatever. That's so weird. Oh, that's so weird. People in vats, yeah. Turn the LoFi back on, I guess. Yeah. I don't know how to feel about that. It was the squirrels the whole time. Y'all, it's the squirrels. The squirrels are controlling us, not the other way around, you see. There's not that many leaves in this hedge maze. Getting pretty decent with that shot. After all those long shot attempts, I did manage to dial in my shot pretty good, so at least that part's coming in handy. I didn't take the blue pill to be controlled by squirrels. I mean, that's what the blue pill does, though. The blue pill lets you wake up and go back to your life as if nothing ever changed. It's the red pill that allows you to see the truth. I know this for two reasons. One, because I like the Matrix movies, and I've seen them. And two, the internet has a group of people that have claimed to have taken the red pill. And the ironic part of that is that most of the folks of the red pill movement completely fucking missed the point of the Matrix. But that's a conversation for another time. For today, I need to process the fact that we were being controlled by squirrels, or that I was being controlled by squirrels and tricked into picking up all these leaves as some kind of like science experiment. And yet here I sit, still picking up leaves, still doing science. All purchased upgrades give higher bonuses. Upgrade strength plus 10%. I'm relatively sure that's all she wrote. As far as the leaves are concerned, I'm controlled by conglomerate coffee. Well, we all know that. So then the question remains, what do we got? Clean up all leaves, infiltrate the secret room, buy all upgrades, and collect mysterious photos. Well, we really are getting to the end here. All right, so there we got all the upgrades. Now we need to find 3 photos. So we got the one in here. And I knew about the one that was in the garage. We found that one. There was a third. I mean, we have 5 of them so far, so we only need 3 more. I don't think it was one of these. No. I believe we found one on the shelf down here. And then I think I found one in the greenhouse, if I remember right. Yeah, I don't see anything in here. I don't see anything in the hedge maze. If anybody wants to continue to be helpful, maybe look up where the hell these photos are supposed to be. I suppose I could look it up. Porch. I think I got the one on the porch. Yeah. Shed and court. Yeah, got those. Garage. Yeah, I got that one. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Swings. Where in the swings? I for sure got the one in the basement. Where's the one with in the swings? Oh, is that it? Hold up. Actually, yeah, that might be it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so there's the one in the swings. We got the one in the basement. We got the one in the basement already. That was on the shelf down there. The grill. Where in the grill? Because that's on the other side here. Where am I supposed to look? I don't see anything there. Grill by the back door. You got it already? Oh. Okay, then maybe I got it already. I know I got the one in the basement. So, greenhouse pumpkin man. Okay. Inside the pocket. Oh, there it is. Wow. That was pretty well hidden. Okay, so that's 7. We got one more. There should be a last one. Horse shed court. Garage swings basement. Back of the basket hoop. I thought the one on the court was like sitting on the ground out here. Oh, damn it. There we go. All right. Complete all objectives in the game. Collect all mysterious photos. These photos are ridiculous. Well, there we go. We got all the photos. Bought all the upgrades. We got all the objectives. Yep. Shed, porch, swings, grill, greenhouse, court, garage, and basement. Which the basement is kind of a clue to what's down there. I didn't really think about that. I should have paid more attention to those photos. I thought they were just cute photos. But no, it turns out they were a warning. All right. Well, it's not going to let me back in there. So I guess we call it. I mean, shit. We 100% and leave it alone. It's a fun little game. I would like to see more levels. Kind of like I would like to see more of an execution like Power Wash where, you know, you've got other places to go, other stuff to unlock. You know, you can upgrade other equipment. I mean, shit. Maybe towards the later levels, you could unlock something like a street sweeper. And like, wouldn't it be sick to drive a street sweeper in first person and just like be picking up leaves on a street? I'd be into that. Tell you what, let me exit the game and we'll switch over to some Power Wash. Leaf blower, money cleaning, crime scene. I mean, yeah. Shikun, hello, welcome. You're just in time. We finished Leave It Alone, and we're just about to switch over to Power Wash Sim 2. And in Power Wash Sim, we need to finish the leave the game alone. In Power Wash Sim 2, we're actually just about to finish the roller disco. So I got to change over a couple of things real quick. Let's go here. Let's go here. We're going to switch the game screen to Power Wash Sim 2. And we're going to... How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. I had an interesting week. This has been kind of a weird week. Yesterday, I had kind of a stressful email exchange with a client about some rental stuff for an upcoming event. And then this morning, I got an email back that they had made a decision and that it was going to be a cool decision. And I think everybody's happy. And so I'm glad that they made a decision on what they wanted to make a decision about and that we're going to move forward and everybody's happy. That makes me happy because now I don't have to stress and I can just work on making sure that I execute well when it comes time to do the thing. But then like I got, you know, so I had kind of a weird email exchange yesterday that turned into a very positive exchange today. And then beyond that, I got some information about a project I've been working on. I guess the deadline got pushed back a bit, which gives me a little more time to work on the last little bit that I need to do. And then, you know, honestly, I've just mostly been chilling today. So yeah, I really can't complain. It's been a pretty good week so far. How are you, Shooty-kun? I hope you're doing at least partially as well as I am. Hopefully things are going good for you. While we're doing all of that, let me switch the background back to where it's supposed to be. That doesn't look right. Hang on. Oh, well, no, actually, yeah, that's pretty close. I think that's probably good for our background. I think I want to expand this just a little bit this direction. There we go. Yeah, sure. I think that'll do. And in the meantime, let's get back to the game. Pedicabo, Ego Voss. I had some good news as well. That job interview I was talking about last week went well, and I'm supposed to get an offer after the holiday. My guy, yes! I am so proud of you, man. I'm stoked that you got offered that you're waiting on a job offer. I don't want to jinx it before it like happens. Like nothing is for certain until the contracts are signed. But I am crossing my fingers for you, man, because that is excellent news. I'm so stoked for you, man. Seriously, congrats. Oh, I need to change my lighting. I kept looking at my screen going, what's wrong? I'm doing something wrong. There we go. Let's change up that lighting. There we go. A nice blue to fit the vibe. Much better. I feel more at home with the blue overhead. The kind of orangish yellow overhead for the Leaf game was, I don't know. It seemed like it was a good idea at the time, but now that we're done with that game, I guess I don't have to worry about it. It's been a year and a half laid off. Dude, I'll be honest with you. I didn't think it was a year and a half. I thought it was longer. But even still, like a year and a half is no joke. Like I am so glad that you were able to find something, that it went well, and that it's looking like it's going to be a promising turn of the page for you, man. Cause like I'm stoked. I'm so stoked. Shikun, sorry, Shikun. I didn't mean to leave you in the dust there. It says, you said good. It feels weird that we are already at Thanksgiving. Also, my energy is like, meh. Yeah. Yeah, no, Shikun, I agree with you there. It feels weird that we're already at Thanksgiving. This whole year has been, just strange. Like for so many reasons, it just feels weird, and I'm glad that we're getting to the end of it. I truly believe that 26 will be a better year than 25 was. I really think that. 25 wasn't. This year's been a long decade. Yeah. Something like that. No, 25 wasn't the worst year of all years ever. Wait, what's going on with my controller? Why is it not? Do I have to restart the game, man? Come on, really? Yeah, that's gonna make me restart. Okay, let me go back to this. Apologies, y'all. I gotta restart this game real quick. Make sure I don't have anything conflicting with the controller stuff. Doesn't appear to be. Oh, yep, there it is. Yep. I mean, I knew it. So if you, folks who play on a controller on PC, if you have games on Steam and you have games on the Epic Game Store, stuff like, you know, Fortnite, Rocket League, you know, any number of Epic Game Store release games, you have to fully close the Epic Game Store out of your taskbar, or sometimes it'll conflict with the controller in Steam, because Steam uses weird, like, Steam has a weird way of interfacing with a controller. It does it from within Steam instead of the standard Windows controller drivers. And so if Epic is using the Windows controller drivers and Steam is using their own controller drivers, you have to close Epic, or sometimes the controller just won't work. But now, as you can see, well, no, you can't see. Hang on. Let me change this. So now, as you can see, my controller is working, right? All because I had to close the game and just close Epic Game Store. It is the weirdest, dumbest, silliest stuff ever. But whatever. Oh, the other thing I got to do is change the game on the stream. I'm not going to mess with the titles and stuff. I don't care that much. Okay. Yeah, yeah, there we go. Okay, it changed on YouTube. And then it changed on Twitch. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. That was a little bit weird, but okay, here we are. So, gaming. Power washing. We are going to start washing, and we're going to go straight to the roller disco. And we're going to try to finish that roller disco. We didn't even tackle the we didn't tackle any of the food area yet. All of this stuff over here we haven't even touched, clearly. But I wanted to finish in here. Off camera, I went ahead and did a little bit of these. Like I did all of these. Like these sub ceilings where the speakers are hanging. All this purple. So I got that knocked out. Obviously, I still need to do this section. I did this back section of the main ceiling, but I got to do this front section. And that is going to be a perfect job for our scissor lift. Go gadget scissor lift. There we go. Got that done. Looks like maybe I need to do a little more over there. That seems to be getting it. I've never had that problem even with Steam input. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know. It's a thing that I've run into on more than one occasion. With the 12K washer, it can reach from the ground. I don't think I have that yet, though. What I have is a scissor lift sitting on top of my ladder. There we go. Get this out of the way. Okay. And then we'll just move this over here. Aha. Easy. No problem. Have this done in no time. Oh, that's so satisfying. There's probably some seeing deep in some setting deep in Steam or Epic I changed ages ago and forgot about. Oh, maybe. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I couldn't say for sure. That's something I might do some Reddit deep dives later to try and figure out. But honestly, like, it's a minor problem, and it works. Like, it fixes the problem every time. So, like, I've been able to consistently reproduce both the problem and the result. It's just annoying is all. I don't want to have to go all the way back out of my game, reset my shit, and then go all the way back in. It's kind of dumb. But, you know, it's, in the grand scheme of things, it's a relatively minor complaint. Why do I inflict mobile typing on my copy editing neuroses? You know what's funny? If you watch The Bear, or if you ever have like seen interviews with chefs where they talk about like what they make for themselves at home, they spend all day preparing these like high-end meals for clientele or for guests at a restaurant. They don't want to cook when they get home. And so, like, if you watch The Bear, like, he'll go home and make himself a peanut butter and jelly because he doesn't give a fuck. Like, he cooks all day for his job. So he's not going to spend a bunch of time cooking for himself at home. He's just going to slap something together, and then he'll do all his cooking when he gets back to work tomorrow. And I feel like, as a writer myself, Pedicabo, you know better than most the kind of writer that I am. I find that I just don't care on the internet as much. I kind of give internet communication a bit of a pass sometimes, not all the time, not in all things, but you know. And I kind of liken it to a chef making themselves a peanut butter and jelly because they just can't be fucking bothered to, you know, whip up a fucking, you know, a cordon bleu at home or whatever. What's that dish that Gordon Ramsay's famous for? The Wellington, beef Wellington. Can you imagine just casually trying to make yourself a beef Wellington for dinner? Like, what a pain in the ass. Especially if you've been doing it all damn day for like a 12-hour shift or whatever at the restaurant. Man, fuck that. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna eat instant ramen, and I'm gonna fall asleep in front of the TV. PB&J all the way. Anthony Bourdain admitted to a weakness for Blue Box mac and cheese. It's facts. That shit's tasty. And it's filling, and it's quick, and it's easy. I do as well, but that's neuroses. It doesn't follow reason necessarily. Snow Hole says, yes, I can. Beef Wellington is fire. So I've heard, and specifically, I've heard that Gordon Ramsay's Beef Wellington is like one of the like the well-known examples of what a Beef Wellington can and or should be. I myself don't recall ever having tried Beef Wellington. I don't think I've ever had it. But you know, based on what it is, see, I'm not a big mushroom guy, but in the right context, I can do it. I'd be into it. And something like a Beef Wellington, like, I know there's a fair bit of mushrooms in that, but I think I would try it anyway. You know, you get that nice golden crust on the outside, and you get a perfectly cooked beef loin in the middle. Like, man, I could go for some Beef Wellington. Sure. You just make it without them. It's that easy. Well, no, I'm not. That's the whole conversation we're having here, Rex, is I'm not going to make that. Like, I'm not going to, by the way, hi, Rex. Good to see you, man. I'm not going to make it for myself. That's what I'm saying. And so too, am I not going to put a lot of time and energy and effort into like over editing my shit online, because even though I'm a writer and I have been known to obsess over my writing as part of my writing process, I'm not necessarily gonna worry about it too much all the time. Let's play a new game. I want to play a new game with the chat. And the game is actually just for one person. It's for Pedicabo. I want to know what is our vocabulary word for today. Pedicabo ego vos, it is now your responsibility to provide us with one and only one vocabulary word of the day. It's not a test. Nobody's going to pass or fail. I just want to learn something new, and I would like for you to share a word with us and explain what it means. And remember, this is a chill lo-fi stream, so, you know, not too gross. I don't know why that just popped in my brain, but it seemed like a good idea, so we're going to run with it. For those that don't know, by the way, while he's working on that, for those that don't know, Pedicabo ego vos was my copy editor at my newspaper in college, and also one of my very, very good buddies, whom I am still keep in contact with, clearly, because he's hanging out in the chat and shit. But I made several very good friends, lifelong friends at my college newspaper. And Pedicabo ego vos is one of those friends. We have stories. Man, we've got some crazy stories from our trip to LA together. We've got some wild nights in the news office trying to survive long enough to get our paper out in time for our Wednesday morning deadline. I was the photo editor. Pedicabo was a copy editor. And was pretty good at it, and so he got pretty comfortable in that role. And then anybody that like remembers the old Dangerous Kids podcast that I had has probably met and or possibly even interacted directly with some of my other college friends. Those of you that know Series from the Twitch stream, Series is another old college friend of ours. We also made a comic strip that won an award. Yeah. I always forget about the comic strip. I don't know why. I guess in the big picture, like for me, the comic strip was like a fun thing to do outside of the quote unquote real work of the paper. And really, I think that speaks to the amount of enjoyment that I had working with you on that comic strip, Pedicabo, because it never really felt like work. And I know that sounds a little on the corny side, but I mean that, like whenever you and I got to working on a comic strip, that was just fun. That was just a good time, man. It never felt like we were really working that hard on it. We spent so much time throwing it together. Yeah, no, we didn't. There was more than one occasion where we had to have a paper out by Wednesday, and you and I were sitting down Monday afternoon to start the comic. But I still enjoyed it though, because the comic was, first of all, regardless of the level of effort we put into it, the comic was goddamn funny. I enjoyed sitting there just giggling at our own dumb jokes and shit. But also, truly, like, stressing out about sports photos or, stressing out about bylines, all the other little intricacies and details of like the design integration and all the other stuff that we had to kind of worry about when it came to the newspaper and getting the paper out. It was always fun to sort of like step back from all of that and be like, you know what, fucking let's make a stupid comic strip. And our comic strips were nothing if not stupid. We really only made it to please ourselves. I don't think that's true. Actually, I'm going to disagree with you on that, because by that point, I had already been a DJ for several years, not to mention a theater kid and a music performer. So like, I never make anything solely to amuse myself. I often in fact, I almost always will make something with at least some level of intention towards the people who might consume it. That's how I've been trained. That's how my brain works. So like, you know, as you and I think it was part of our process though, as you and I were going through figuring out what jokes to make and stuff. You know, I don't know necessarily all of what was going through your head, but I can tell you, at least part of what was going through my head was like, I think this is funny. Will anyone else think this is funny? I remember the last strip was an homage to previous year's comics, the authors of which probably never saw that homage. They did. No, they did. Because the previous comics that we were homaging were Jesse and Isaiah. And I haven't talked to Isaiah in a couple of years. He's been mostly just doing the dad thing and kind of living in a small town. I think he got a teaching job and he's just been kind of, you know, doing the small town dad thing and raising his kids since his wife passed. Shit. But Jesse, I'm still in touch with Jesse, you know, every so often. I don't know how much he's drawing anymore. I think he's kind of moved on to some other. I think Jesse's kind of moved on to some other mediums these days. I don't think he does much with like actually drawing like he used to. You've never met Isaiah in person? Really? Yeah. Because by the time you were really around, he had fucked off. He had joined the military. And he actually had to leave early from his last semester with us in college because he had signed on to the military to go do that. And then interestingly, when he got back from the military, most of the times I saw him was just kind of out at stuff. Like he would catch on to like a thing I was doing on Instagram, and then he'd come out and like hang out a little bit while his wife and kids were at home. And then after his wife passed away, he basically became like a single dad overnight, which was wild. And he moved his kids somewhere into like Central Oregon, not Central, but like that's not right. Central Willamette Valley. So like still, you know, Willamette Valley area of Oregon, but like much farther south of us. So like hanging out isn't really an easy option for him anymore. I only became acquainted with him later online. I didn't expect to be put on the spot with vocabulary. So the only thing that's jumping out to me is the curious case of shirt versus skirt. Dude, I was thinking more like $10 words, but I mean, if you want to enlighten us about shirt versus skirt, please, by all means, I would love to learn about shirt and skirt. And what makes that case curious? Like, what is it? What do you mean? Like, I would also kind of like to know, what do you mean by the curious case of shirt versus skirt? That sounds interesting. I would like to know more. Like a Starship Trooper, I would like to know more. Okay. Let's get some soap down here. There we go. And then you know what? Actually, for the floor, we could probably use the rotary. I feel like that might pick up the pace a little bit. So a lot of people don't know this, but immediately before the Norman conquest, like half of Britain was controlled by Denmark. This is already starting out amazing. Okay. So shirt versus skirt, and we're talking about the Norman conquest and half of Britain being controlled by Denmark. I did not know that, by the way. That is news to me. So where do we go from here? Oh, that's right. I was going to switch to the rotary. Is this? No, that's the big head. Okay. Ba, ba, da. Ba, 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 da, ba, ba. Ba, 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 da. Looks pretty clean to me. Old Norse was a major contender for the main language on the island. Okay. Let's move this ladder over here. Just get it out of the way. We can move that over there. There we go. We don't even really need the soap. Actually, the rotary's getting it. And Old Norse and Old English were closely related to the point where they were almost mutually intelligible. Okay. Similar to a lot of Latin languages are, you know, have like similar roots and shit. So I can kind of see how that would work. Yeah. By the way, for everybody else that's hanging out in the chat, this is what it's like hanging out with Pedicabo in real life. The dude is just endlessly fascinated with weird shit like this, and I love it. Norse had a word for a longish upper garment, skirt. Old English had a related word for the same garment, shirt. Interesting. Okay. So the idea of the skirt is that it's an extension of the upper torso garment, almost like a long shirt that you would maybe like put a belt on, and then it would look like it looks like a skirt that we would recognize as a skirt today. Like that, is that kind of where that comes from? As English developed, there was a negotiation about a lot of words that they had doubled like this. Oh, okay. By the way, Pedicabo, are you typing all this into a mobile? Like, are you not even at a computer right now? You're just pounding all this into your phone? No, it's the exact same word. They just decided the Norse word would refer to the lower part. Yes, swipe typing. Holy fuck. Damn, dude. I think we need to get you one of those, like, word of the day calendars. Not that you need it, but it might help when it comes to like putting you on the spot for shit like that in the future. I didn't mean to put you on the spot, man. I apologize for that. I just thought it'd be kind of a fun, silly, interactive chat game. Especially because I know that's the kind of shit that's like up your alley. So I can argue with it. Guilty spark activated. What, argue with the calendar? I mean, if you insist. Wish I was able to think of a better one. Hey, don't worry about it. Like you said, I kind of put you on the spot, man. So like, you know, it just seemed like a fun thing. Doesn't need to be stressful at all. I don't want you to stress out about it at all. What I do want you to do is get that contract signed and land that job because, bro, I am super stoked for you. I am looking forward to a very interesting 26. I got some stuff cooking. Can't really talk about yet. I got a weird email yesterday that I'm super hyped about, and I can't really talk about that yet. Needless to say, I'm already ready for 25 to be over, frankly. And that's before the politics and stuff. I mean, I think that has a lot to do with it too. The political sphere right now is just exhausting. I don't know about y'all, but like I'm exhausted by it, which is a big part of the reason why I strictly don't want to talk about politics on this show, other than to say like, you know, politics exhausts me. So that's why I like talking about, you know, silly words and we talk about like gigs that I've got coming up or like fun hangout spots for nerds. Actually, I was just hanging out with a friend of mine, a good friend of mine. Most of y'all probably know him as Lost Crichton, who's been a long-term member of not only my community, but here on here and on Discord, but also like he's just a good buddy of mine from real life that I've known since 2010, and we've become close over the years. And so I was playing Fortnite today, and his kid was like in the party, and I was kind of talking to his kid because his kid's like 20 years old now, and so they just turned 20. They're going to be turning 21 next year, and what's dope is I was kind of talking to the kid about like, yeah, there's a couple spots in Portland that I really want to show you because the kid's about that nerd life. And so I was like, yeah, there's this cool spot that's all about the, tabletop gaming. And there's this other spot where I, used to do LoFi parties, and it's a lot of video gaming. It's a really great spot for that. So anyway, yeah, it's just, it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be an interesting 26. I just picked up, so I just did an event a few weeks ago that looks like they're going to be a long-term client for me, which is hella cool. I'm excited to work with them again next year. I've got some other events that I'm looking forward to being part of, things like Geek Week and other sort of adjacent events. So, like there's some interesting stuff going on, I think, that I'm looking forward to in 26. Why did the LoFi stop at the vault? Well, the reason LoFi stopped at the vault is because they were going through a process of trying to remodel and then subsequently open the cafe on the other side. And they were going through a period where they weren't really hosting events for a while, because being able to host an event and also manage getting that space ready to open It was just a lot for them to have on their plate. And they really just kind of needed the break for their bandwidth. I'm still hella cool with David and Chrissy at Vault 31, and I would love to go back. At this point, they're back to doing events again, and I think it's kind of on me to reach out to them. But unfortunately, for the last several months, I've been so freaking busy that I just haven't really been able to think about putting a LoFi event together. Because as much as I like those LoFi events and I want to do more of them in the future, the reality is, I haven't had the bandwidth to do it. And so it's kind of on me. Now, while Vault 31 was going through their remodel process and they weren't really in a position to start doing events again, I did find some other local spots to host LoFi events. And I was like stoked to be able to find some spots locally that I could support. And that were willing to like host me and let me kind of go and do my thing. But you know, it's one of those things where like, I really kind of need to, I need to be conscious of my own bandwidth as I get busier. One of the things that Kiraga and I have been working on together is trying to figure out a plan for 26. It's one of the reasons why I'm kind of looking forward to 26. One of many, but one of them definitely is, Kiraga and I are working on some stuff. We're trying to get some plans in place. Nothing solidified yet. So like, there's nothing to talk about yet per se. But you know, we're working on trying to figure it out. And we would like to hopefully do more tabling events and be able to like sort of put me in more of a position to be able to go and you know, do stuff at these events and be able to like show up and hang out. One of the things that just happened, God, it's been several crazy weeks. When was that? Oh yeah, beginning of November. So not even a month ago, which is wild to think about because the last several weeks have been crazy. But first weekend of November, so not even like literally not even a month ago, I went to Capital City Comic Swap in Salem, and I brought my little speaker and I played my little records, and everybody loved the lo-fi so much that the guy who runs the event was like, yeah, next time I want to put you on a stage and have you bring your bigger speakers. And I was like, well, I'll bring bigger speakers if you want me to, but like, I don't want to be on a stage because I want people to come talk to me and hopefully buy records from me. And he's like, yeah, that's a good point. All right, we're going to put you on the floor, but I want to kind of put you at one end of the room so we can get, you know, so we can set more of a vibe in the room. And I was like, cool, I'm into that. So, you know, if I can do stuff like that, where they're willing to trade table space for, you know, an opportunity for me to come in and play some music, I'm into that. I've done it before. I would happily do it again. You know, and so I'm kind of moving away from doing the smaller bars and the smaller, like, local spaces. And I'm kind of moving into doing more like comic swaps and craft fairs. In fact, literally this weekend, I've got another one just like that, where I'm going to go set up a table, sell some records, and play some lo-fi at Geek the Halls at the DoubleTree in Portland. And I'm doing that all day, Saturday and Sunday. So if y'all want to come kick it at the DoubleTree in Portland this Saturday or Sunday, it's super cheap to get in. And it's like a little geeky craft fair. A bunch of people selling some like handmade nerdy stuff. And you don't have to worry about, like, you know, you're not going to be supporting any big corporations or anything. Like, it's all mostly handmade and locally sourced nerd stuff at Geek the Halls. It's going to be super fun. I'm sorry. How do you pronounce that? I thought of a fun word. Spondylix. It was a slangy word for money back in the 18th century. Spondylix. Am I pronouncing that right? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. But that is a very silly word. Yep, thereabouts. Okay. Spondylix. Spondylix. That is a really weird word. I love it. Thank you, Petacaba. I knew you'd be good for this. So Petacaba, what I want you to do is, like, if you happen to think up a few other fun words like that to share, I only want you to share one per chat session. So like one per stream. So our word for today is spondylix, which is an excellent choice, by the way, and I applaud you for your effort. But if you happen to think of any others between now and, like, you know, the next time that we hang out on stream like this, you know, save them. Like, start a fucking note file or something. And did you bring up heuristic with your therapist? I haven't seen my therapist yet since the last time that we talked. He's on a little break for the holiday, probably visiting family or something. And I will be seeing him again next week. I'm going to go see him again next week. Well, I'm not going to go see him like I do telehealth, but yeah, I have a meeting with him next week. So, sorry. And remind me again, what concerned about your dedication to mental hygiene? Dude, I can't remember. Fuck, I can't remember. What was it? You said heuristic something. And I can't remember what it was from the last stream that you were asking me about. I meant that as a joke, but now that I think about it, so heuristic something. Also, I'm power washing stacks of cups. Snowhole, I have good news for you. The coffee machine is almost ready. Ding. Food court coffee machine, all set. We have cups. We have coffee machine. We can now make you some coffee. Actually, Snowhole, that's a question I don't think I've ever asked you before. You're a nerd that likes coffee. Why are you not living in Portland? Or at least Seattle, man. Like, Seattle is weirdly attached to their coffee too. It's funny how similar Seattle and Portland are in so many ways. Like, we both have thriving food truck scenes. We both have thriving coffee scenes, independent music scenes. Although, albeit Seattle's is a bit more stable because of some of the success that's come out of the Seattle music scene. you know, Pearl Jam and Macklemore and Sir Mix-a-Lot. And, trying to think of other Seattle bands. There are many others. But yeah, like, you know, so Seattle does have a better music scene, I think, than Portland does, but big picture, you know, we're pretty similar, and it's kind of weird to me that if you're a nerd that loves coffee, that you wouldn't want to live in Portland. Nirvana, Alice in Chains, yeah. Yeah, Rex knows what's up. Ooh. Not gonna lie, you might not want the first batch off of this coffee machine. We might want to wait. Well, that's soda machine, but still. Might want to let a few other people go first. Did I miss anything? No. Looks like the cups are done. Let's get the POS system. The computer screen. At the back of the computer screen. Hit the sides of the computer screen. Food court service screen. Got it. Okay. And then what do we got? We got some under the counter stuff here. There we go. I mean, that's looking pretty sparkling clean to me, if you ask me. We got to get these walls and take care of those stairs, I think. Where's the espresso machine? It's right here. We already cleaned it. Is that not an espresso machine? It looks needs to be bigger. No. That's fair. Yeah, this might just be a normal coffee machine. No, it's got the 2 drip things. So no, I think that's an espresso machine. Or it can be. Anyway, let's see what else we got. We got let's do the railings. I don't want to just leave these. There we go. Okay, so we got that one there. There we go. There's that. Okay, we got that part. I see a hidden gnome. Okay. Needs to be bigger with more power. Also needs to connect to the internet and be voice activated. You know, for somebody who claims he wants coffee, he sure seems pretty picky about the type of machine his coffee comes out of. I have one coffee machine. Would you like some coffee or not? By the way, this is why I'm no longer in customer service. It's not entirely true. DJing is a customer service job, but it's a different kind of customer service job. I'm servicing a whole room of customers all at once rather than serving customers individually. Which is, it's always funny to me when I try to have that conversation with people and how they don't seem to understand that, like, real DJing isn't about ego. It's about It's about providing a service. So like, if you've worked for years in customer service, that's great. I will never diminish that or try and like take that away from you. But I do want you to know, like, I understand a level of customer service that many folks don't, because they don't really understand what a DJ does. And I've had that conversation so many times with coworkers. Even my most recent like full-time job where I was working for the software company, and I would have like conversations with my managers, my coworkers about understanding, like, when we were, because we were working on a full service, like a live service game, what they call a live service game. And it's it's like a mobile game with thousands of players online at any given time. And I was trying to explain to my coworkers, look, we need to make decisions based on what's good for all of the players, not just what's good for that one player. If we can hook them up, great. But if hooking them up means setting a precedent that's going to fuck with the balance of all the other thousands of players, then we need to reevaluate how we approach this before we commit to something. Just as an example. And that's the kind of thing where, like, my experience as a DJ sort of helped me understand that when you have a room full of people that you're trying to entertain, it is important to consider the entire room full of people when making decisions based on the demands of one person. I.e., if I am playing hip hop and the room is enjoying hip hop and you come up and ask me for a country song, it's my job to make the decision of whether or not that country song is going to work in that room. Because if I play a country song in a room full of people who are enjoying hip hop, there is a pretty slim chance that they're going to be interested in a sudden genre change. And in that way, I need to sort of be the bad guy and go, look, this is not what's going to be best for everybody. Even if it's what you want, it doesn't necessarily mean that's what everybody wants. So I got to look out for everyone in that way. And usually the way I would approach that is like, hey, I'm not really playing country tonight, but is there something else that I can play for you? You know, like it's not about shutting people down or being a dick. It's about trying to manage expectations. I always want coffee. I'm just picky about the machine that I want if I have to make it myself. James Hoffman fan. I don't think I know who James Hoffman is. Would you be able to elaborate on that, Pedicabo? Who's James Hoffman? Can you do a Kanye Muskrat? No, because I stopped playing Kanye music, unfortunately. Some of his older stuff was really good, and I was really bummed to not be playing Kanye music anymore. But when dude is outright self-proclaimed Nazi, that's when I stopped playing his music. That was for Stohol. Oh, have I met Pedicabo? Rex, I think you've met him before. It's very possible. Pedicabo went to college with me in Series and Tombstone and Yacht Rock Smooth, you know, like he's part of that whole group. So, you know, it's entirely possible that you guys have crossed paths at some point. Who's Muskrat? I don't know. I could tell you off the top of my head. I'm sure I could Google it and figure it out. That is one of the nice things about having modern DJ tools, like being able to just, like, if I don't know a song or if I don't know an artist, I can just kind of like pull them up and then throw them in the headphones and be like, oh, it's that. Yeah, I know that. Or yeah, I heard that on TikTok or whatever. Like, it doesn't take much anymore to figure out, like, am I familiar with this song or not? And, you know, and more importantly, even if I'm not familiar with it, is it structured in a way that I can just sort of work it into my set and keep it seamless? Oh, Muskrat Love. Okay. Mash up Kanye with Muskrat Love. Still no, because the Kanye thing, but that's funny. I had somebody come up to me, 2 weeks ago. I was doing a dance set and somebody came up to me, an old friend of mine. I don't think we have met Rex. Rex was on Dangerous Kids once or twice. Yeah, Pedicabo, I don't know, man. I mean, it's like, unless you come and like hung out with us at Denny's one of those times over the years. Rex, first of all, I ended that show a decade ago. And second of all, I don't have an episode list in front of me, so I apologize if I don't remember exactly how many times you were on that show. God, that feels weird to say. Dangerous Kids was ended in 2014. I ended that show a decade ago. That is wild, man. And I understand why. I was still drinking then. DK needs to live again. I don't see that happening. I'll be honest with you, going forward, I think most of my creative efforts, I'm probably just gonna drive solo. And to be perfectly frank, I've still maintained good relationships with pretty much everybody from Dangerous Kids, and that's more important to me than that show ever was. I liked that show. I had fun with that show, but that show really, I can never quite get it to where I wanted it to be. And I know now, with all the hindsight and experience that I've gained since, like I know where I should have put more time, more like work and effort into certain areas of that show. Things like marketing and promoting and doing guest spots and stuff like that, guest collaborations, things like that. But like, frankly, if I was to do another show, it would probably be closer to the show that I was doing last year. We'll call it Juventus Peligros. Is that Dangerous Kids in Spanish? Maybe it's just a reunion show. I mean, honestly, man, I don't think anybody wants, I don't think anybody's really asking for that. I think I can, let me rephrase that, because that's not true. You're clearly asking for it in chat. So I think I can probably count on one hand the number of people that would be interested in that. So I don't think it's necessarily worth revisiting. Listen, I mean this with love, Pedicabo. You're barely pounding the English language into that phone of yours. Maybe let's avoid the Spanish. Because you're having enough trouble as it is. All of us just freaking hanging out. I mean, it'd be cool. I'll be honest, I haven't talked to Tombstone much in recent years. The couple of times that we've connected, we're still on great terms. He's still my dude. Ever since I moved away and I haven't really been able to hang with the boys much, I've been mostly relying on this Twitch, like this stream is a big way that I connect with a lot of my old friends these days. And, Yacht Rock Smooth comes and hangs out on the stream from time to time. Unfortunately, I've only seen Tombstone a couple of times over the years. In the chat, and just getting down there to go see the boys, that's a solid half-hour drive one way for me. And unfortunately, that's just not a luxury I have much these days. I wish it were different. Honestly, I wish I had all of the time and bandwidth and energy to be able to go follow all my friends and see how everybody's doing and kind of check up on people. There are people that I wish I checked up on more often. Somebody I'm close to is kind of going through a marital thing right now, which I'm really bummed for him. And I would like to be there, for more direct support if I could be. But that's just not realistic right now. And so I just, the best I can do is shoot him a message and just tell him, hey man, I'm thinking about you. It's going to be all right. Let me know if you need anything. I got people all over the place. That's the thing about having kind of a social job. You end up collecting friends. It's almost like a occupational hazard. And so man, I really wish I could connect more with people that I genuinely care about. But that's a conversation for my therapist for sure. Oh God. Funny you should say that. I haven't really been able to hang out with Bird since he moved back to Portland either. We keep threatening to go hang out with each other, but we just haven't been able to make it happen. And I still haven't really met this new girl of his. I say new. I think they've been together for like a year and a half now, maybe even more. But that's another, old friend of ours that the best I can do is kind of check in from time to time. But I can't get away a lot. I think that's part of the reason why I do this stream too. Even though not a lot of people watch the stream, I'm okay hanging out with y'all week in and week out, because this is just as much for me as it is for you guys. I really enjoy sort of forcing myself to relax and chill out. And if it means a different kind of being on, a different kind of performing, I'm comfortable with that, because I've been performing professionally for many years. So this is just a different kind of performance, and that's okay. If anything, this is so much easier to me than some of the other things that I've done in my career. So, it's nice. It's nice to be able to do stuff like this and hang out with folks like you. And when I say you, I mean all of y'all that are watching this, all y'all in the chat, all y'all watching this on the VOD, it's a nice excuse for me to kind of pull myself out of my little bubble. If even just in as much as for the sake of a stream, right? Now, I'm not going to leave my house that much. Then the least I can do is jump on Twitch, hang out a little bit on here, and kind of, check in with folks that make the time to stop in. I'm not going to just shut myself off from the world and go full hermit, you know? Doesn't really make sense. I think one of my goals for the holidays, my last like major event is going to be the 14th. And then I've got a smaller thing that I'm doing on the 17th. A friend of mine, actually from this Twitch community, her and her husband have opened up a coffee shop on the west side of Portland. And I'm going to go out there on the 17th. To play some LoFi and to hang out and sort of like do their grand opening, right? And so I'm looking forward to that. But by and large, my last big event is going to be the 14th of December. And then I've got, you know, with the exception of the LoFi thing on the 17th, I'm mostly just kind of going to be taking a holiday break for myself. I will still be streaming. So we're still going to be doing this. But outside of this, like, I'm expecting that, I want to give myself some bandwidth to, like, I want to force myself to, like, you know, kind of overhaul my record collection. I've got some Lego I'm trying to get rid of. I want to sell off some Lego sets. I want to sort of redo my office a little bit. I'm probably not going to rearrange any of the major furniture in here, but I certainly have some cleaning to do and some reorganizing to do. One of the things that I was talking to my wife about is that I really want to get another drawer set up for my office, maybe like as a Christmas present. I want to get a drawer situation, and then there's also like a cabinet thing for there's a specific cabinet that they make at IKEA that is the perfect size to house a 1-to-1 scale proton pack with a shelf above the proton pack for some extra stuff. And the thing is, I have a 1-to-1 scale proton pack. I have a 1-to-1 scale like screen accurate ghost trap, and I have a 1-to-1 scale screen accurate PKE, all of which are from Ghostbusters Afterlife. And so I would really like to put those things in a place where it's sort of a dedicated home for them. GoFundMe, get drawers for Switch. I'm not going to do a GoFundMe for IKEA stuff. I looked at the trap. Don't look at the trap, Ray. I looked at the trap. I looked at the trap. Reach out to MeUndies for sponsorship. You're right. Unfortunately, I'm not a big enough creator for stuff like that. Not yet. I don't know. Maybe someday. There is actually a company that I would like to work with. And I'd like to maybe collaborate with on some content. But I also have my relationship with Kuraga, and I want to do some more content with them. I've been kind of threatening to do it for a while. I just haven't. And part of it is because of the way that my office is set up. Part of it is because my phone sucks. Like, I want a better phone situation. But yeah, we're gonna kind of see how it goes this next. I think this next year is gonna be real interesting. Much PKE, very Twinkie. Tell him about the Twinkie. What about the Twinkie? Ugh. The look when he comes in and says, tell him about the Twinkie, and Peter goes, what about the Twinkie? And Egon and Ray just kind of look at each other. There was actually a subtle joke that somebody pointed out in a Facebook group recently from the original Ghostbusters movie. And it's when Peter is quoting the cost to the hotel manager after they trap Slimer in the hotel at the Sedgwick. And there's a scene where like Peter whips out like a little billing pad and he's like scribbling out an invoice. He's like, okay, so that's going to be $4,000. And then for containment and processing, we are having a special right now. And it looks like that's going to be $1,000. And the hotel manager's like, $5,000? I had no idea. I won't pay it. And they're like, no problem. We'll put it right back. And then he's like, no. Just fine. So during that scene, if you watch Egon, Peter is like, well, let's see, that's gonna cost, and Egon kind of does like this, like on his face, like he scratches his face with 4 fingers, and Peter goes, 4,000, and then for processing and containment, and then Egon kind of goes like this, like he goes, that'll be another $1,000. So they're just making this shit up as they go, which is so fucking great. And I never caught on to that back in the day. I think I may have noticed it once and kind of forgot about it, but then somebody pointed that out in a Facebook group recently, and there was like a GIF or something they made where they were sort of showing that, and it was funny as shit. That Egon's like feeding Peter these arbitrary numbers for how much they need to make off of this bust. I mean, it kind of makes sense because Egon is Egon's going to be the sort of the numbers guy, right? And then Peter's going to be the mouth. So he's the one that's going to be doing the salesman shtick when closing the sale and whatnot. I'd like to know how the invoice book was clean, but Peter got slimed. The invoice book was in his pocket. He got slimed on the outside, but stuff in his pockets was fine. Also, it might have been in a different pocket. Like, I don't know. I didn't see which pocket he pulled it out of. But Peter basically got slimed in the face. So it was like his shoulders and his like neckline and his face that got slimed. If he had it like in his back pocket or if he had it in like a leg pocket, it would have been fine. But if there's something Peter would protect, it would be the invoice. Very true. That is 100% Peter. Tell me we at least got paid so it was worth it for me to get out of bed today. That's Pete in a nutshell. This Chinese food represents the last of our petty cash. To this day, anytime my buddies from Ghostbusters group will like, if somebody takes a picture or like gets Chinese food or something, they'll take a picture and then post it on the Ghostbusters group. Like we have like a private group. And I'll see pictures of people's Chinese food. Like if they just order Chinese food, they'll post a picture and be like, well, spent the last of the petty cash. Just, just jokes that don't get old, I guess. For us Ghostbusters nerds. Slow down, chew your food. God, those movies are so quotable. And so much of that was, you know, those guys kind of being in their prime, right? Fresh off of SNL. Those guys were just absolute improv geniuses. There's what was that quote from Ghostbusters 2? Oh, always the quiet ones. Anytime anybody ever brings up always the quiet ones, you know, you can always tell immediately who like gets the reference. Snowhole, I know you know what I'm talking about. That looks like a takeout container full of some kind of noodles. Maybe lo mein, maybe ramen. Probably lo mein, or maybe dan dan. Could be chow mein, I guess. Depending on where you go. I have been craving Panda Express all freaking week. I hope they're open tomorrow. I don't know if they will be. If Panda Express is open tomorrow, I might do some Panda Express after we get back from late lunch / early dinner at the in-laws. I appreciate your noodle lore. Oh brother. I'm not even getting into the deep shit when it comes to, listen, for me it's noodles and pizza are the two things that I do not play when it comes to noodles and pizza. Ironically, noodles and pizza. I rest my case. Noodles and pizza. Noodles and pizza. But yeah, man, like I got way into ramen. Probably I would say the last decade or so, I got into ramen. Not even a decade. Like since we moved up here to Vancouver, which I think was 2016. And then there's a ramen place that opened up here, and I immediately fell in love with them when they opened. I want to say they opened either 2017 or 2018. It might have been late 2017 when I discovered this ramen place up here, and I just like it completely changed the way I think about ramen. It changed the way I think about, honestly, my whole life. It changed my whole life. Kenji's, yes, Rex. I'm talking about Kenji's. Noodles and pizza. There's the name of your new restaurant. I think I know the one you're talking about. Oh yeah, dude, Pedacabo. Like Kenji's up here in Vancouver is the shit. That place is such amazing ramen, and I am so glad that they're open again. They just reopened this. I think this last week, last week. About a week ago, they reopened finally after like 6 months of remodeling. So I'm dying to go check it out. I just haven't had a chance yet. I think I might have eaten there once. Over there next to the FedEx store. Yep, that's the place. You got to get the house. You got to get the house ramen though. Kenji's house ramen is based on I think a family recipe. And it's a blended pork and chicken pork and chicken broth with like a house-made kimchi. And the house-made kimchi is what sets it off because it gives it that sour flavor. And my God, that sour mixed with the richness of the pork and chicken mixed broth, like it's absolutely wrecked all other ramen places for me. That house-made kimchi with their house-made ramen broth is to die for. I got tonkatsu with chashu pork. I mean, they make a good tonkatsu. Don't get me wrong. They don't play around. They also don't play when it comes to noodles, as it turns out. No, they make a really good tonkatsu. They make a good shoyu. You know, and I've tried the tonkatsu. I think I've tried the shoyu. I can't remember. They also have a good black garlic. It's a little heavy on the garlic for me. Like, you know, I think that what's interesting is that the Italian in me has found out that there is such a thing as too much garlic, and it's when you have black garlic ramen, and the whole thing just tastes like literal garlic and nothing else, because the black garlic is so overpowering. But I digress. Tonkatsu, I like a tonkatsu. If I'm going to other ramen places, it's always a good default. Much the same way as like you go to some types of restaurants, you got to try the cheeseburger just to kind of gauge how good they are as a restaurant. If they can get that right, then they can get other things right too, you know, that kind of thing. So if you go to a ramen spot, you just, you start out with the tonkatsu, you try that first, and then next time you go back, you try something different. And most people will do that. And for most places, I would say that's the way to go. If you go to Kenji's in Vancouver, Washington, skip all that bullshit. Just get the house ramen. I am telling you, get the house Kenji's ramen. I like to get it with no corn because I'm not a big corn guy. But get the house ramen, no corn. And if you like a spice, you can get like a mild or a medium. They do get hot and extra hot. Like if you're like really, like if you like ramen that makes you want to cry, they will make you cry. They have that option available to you. I like a mild myself, just the tiniest bit of kick to add flavor and sort of add a little something to the experience, but not so hot that I'm like, sweating on the way out the door, like that kind of thing. I'll put the name on my list of places to visit. Shuyukon, I'm telling you, you gotta come down and kick it. I got spots for days. You gotta. I want to show you Vault 31. I want to show you Kenji's, which, by the way, they're like right up the street from each other. And actually, if y'all saw that last blog that I posted on YouTube, where I went to the grand opening of Double Jump Video Games. Double Jump Video Games is now literally right next door to Kenji's. And so if you go to Kenji's, after we're done at Kenji's, we can go over to Double Jump Video Games and poke our head in there for a minute. I'm just saying that is a thing. We don't even have to, we literally don't even have to repark the car because they share a parking lot. Kenji's and Double Jump shares a parking lot now. Turning out with some ramen. Yeah. There's also, check this out. Not only do we have Kenji's and Double Jump sharing a parking lot, but down the street is Vault 31 bar. Like literally, I think it's like, I think so. You have Kenji's and Double Jump, and then you have it's like two traffic lights. It's like on a main road in Vancouver. The main road is called Mill Plain. It's one of the bigger, more well-known roads of East Vancouver. And then two traffic lights down is Vault 31 bar. And across the street from Vault 31 bar is a brew pub called Vice Beer. And Vice Beer is like an 80s movie and video game themed brew pub. And they're cool as hell too. I met the owner in there one time. The one time I went in there, I actually have. I don't remember what I did with it, but somewhere around here, I've got like a gift card for Vice Beer. Because I won trivia. My buddy took me to Vice Beer for trivia one night, and we won. And the reason we won is because I happened to know the correct lyrics to the Gummy Bears theme song from Disney Afternoon. That was a little unfair. I'll be honest. Like, I mean, they couldn't have known I was coming. And I certainly didn't know that was going to be the question that ended up putting us over. But we compared notes with the second place team, and they were like, how did you get it? And I was like, because I had a period in high school where I was obsessed with that song, and I learned every single word to it. It's a big road. It's an awful road, but that's where everything is at. It's not that bad. I don't think Mill Plain's that bad. It's not great. It's not the best road, but I've certainly seen worse. There's worse in the region, but it's pretty awful. I mean, to me, Mill Plain is just the road that has my favorite ramen spot and one of my favorite video game stores and one of my favorite bars and one of my other favorite bars and it would just be nice if all that stuff were just on a regular, not going to die if you try to cross sort of road. That's fair. Yeah, yeah, I get that. Like if you're not driving and you're trying to like bust it out here, it can get a little sketchy sometimes. Totally doable. Like it is absolutely possible to get the bus from, into this part of town. But yeah, from a pedestrian standpoint, I can kind of see, or just parking in one spot and seeing what's around. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, that gets into modern urban development. The sort of like default for most modern urban development is that it's designed around the use of the car, and it's not very well designed for non-car users. Usually, Portland's kind of a weird exception. They put in like, the extra bike lanes and the sort of like the bike boxes at the stoplights and shit. Like Portland is very pro bike. And then there's been some pedestrian focused improvements that have been made as sort of as a result of Portland being very pro bike. But I digress. Fred's is down the road, which tells you pretty much all you need to know. Portland has its faults too. Mostly on the outlying areas. Yeah. But that's anywhere though, man. Like, you know this. I don't gotta tell you this. Like, it's just all it comes with being a city. It's big city shit. Yeah, there we go. Get a little more reach. I don't want to have to get up on that ladder or the scissor lift if I don't have to. I don't think I need to from here. I think I can get it from the ground. Some European cities manage okay. Japan too. It doesn't have to be this way. As long as you're right. You're right. And when I talk about modern urban development, of course, I'm talking about modern American urban development because that's my only real lived experience. I've only visited a few other places, and the only place outside of America that I've ever visited was Canada. A couple of times when I was a kid, and then once fairly recently, about 3 years ago. We made the drive up to Vancouver Island, took the ferry across and shit. But yeah, I mean, you know, I don't disagree necessarily, but I also, you know, when I tend to think about those places, largely I'm thinking about like the cool shit that's around there. I'm not really thinking about the pedestrian experience as much, and I think a lot more of that has to do with my own mobility, or you know, like mobility interest. Like even before I put the weight on during the pandemic, which I'm still working that off. But even when I was more like physically mobile, I just wasn't interested in, like, I would just as soon get back in my car and drive across the street. Like, that's me. I'm not a walk across the street kind of guy. I was just thinking about taking the subway in LA with all you guys. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was wild. Ugh. Man, I really want to try to get this done tonight. Yeah, the LA subway, I had kind of an interesting experience with that. Not only because we took the subway when we got into town, and then I think we took it again on our way out. Like we went back to the airport that way. LA is about to finish a big bus route in Vermont Street, and I was thinking about getting around LA on the subway. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think about that sometimes. Dude, I do still think about that LA trip from time to time. That weekend, so much happened in one weekend. Like, so much. I have so many stories in the span of 72 hours. It is wild. And Pedicabo, I know you also have your own fair share of stories from that weekend. Some of them that involve me, some of them don't. We were there together is a thing. You must never tell them to people I will meet. Oh no, don't worry about that. All that. Like, I'm not going to rehash all the stories from the LA trip when we were in college. But I will say this. One of the things that I think about when I think about the subway is actually me and Siri's. It was like the last night, and Siri's dad was a professional geologist. And so Siri's really wanted to try and score a little bit of tar at the tar pit. But we were staying in Burbank, which is the north side of LA. And the La Brea tar pits, for anybody that's not familiar with LA, the La Brea tar pits are on the south side of LA. So we had to take like 2 subway trains and like 2 buses, I think. Something like that, just to get to the La Brea tar pits. And then we had to turn around and then take that whole trek back to Burbank in order to get back to our hotel. So like, it was a long ass trip to get to the La Brea tar pits, literally like 15 minutes or 10 minutes before they closed, just to walk in, kind of check the spot out for a second. Like, we saw the pits, they are tar pits. I was a little surprised how small it was. I thought it was going to be bigger. I don't know why I thought it was going to be bigger, but we checked out the La Brea tar pit. And then at one point we were walking along the edge of the tar pit because they have like a walking path, and Siri's looks down and sees a bit of tar like on a stick. And so she picks up the stick and she wipes the stick into like an old film capsule that she, like an old film canister that she, like a 35 mil little black film canister with a gray top. She just had a spare one that she had brought with her. She kind of wipes the tar off the stick into this film canister, snaps it closed, and then shoves it back in her pocket. And we fucking booked. Like, we left so that we could catch the bus back. I found out some years ago that my adopted parents were good friends with Siri's mom. They were college buddies. I never knew. Oh, dude, that's amazing. I had no idea. That is a wild, that dude, that is a trippy connection. I had no clue. Also, I didn't know you were adopted. I know that your mom passed. For some reason, I thought you like went like full emancipated at that point. But I could be wrong. And also, we don't need to talk about it if you don't want to get into your personal shit on the fucking internet, you know? It's complicated as life generally is. Fair enough. Yeah. I get that. All of that is to say, if you haven't been to Kenji's, you should absolutely go to Kenji's in Vancouver. Kenji's Ramen is the shit. They just reopened after a 6-month remodel. They are now Kenji's Ramen and Sushi. They have, so they basically bought out the space next to theirs and converted the entire, they knocked out the wall and converted it all into one big restaurant space. So they have the ramen kitchen on one side. They have the sushi kitchen on the other side. And you can get ramen, you can get sushi. It's a whole experience. And man, I can't wait to check. Like, I've seen the photos and videos and stuff. Like, the place looks amazing, and I can't wait to go check it out as soon as I get a chance. I just haven't had a chance yet. But like, holy crap. Like, they really spent time and money and effort on changing that place up. With my very likely new paychecks, I should be able to come up and visit. We'll get nudes. Pedicabo, I'd be more than happy to get nudes with you, my friend. We should absolutely do that. Here's hoping you got the time to make the trip, though, because I know it's a little bit of a drive for you. Fuck. There we go. Okay. I think that's probably good. Ooh, maybe. I think this center lighting piece is going to be probably one of the last bits that we need to do. Oh, apparently we need to finish this frame. What am I missing? Oh, the top. Yeah. That will do it. There we go. I like how the game is trying to like help me find the last couple pieces. It's cool that they built in this little mechanic where you get towards the end of a level and it starts like showing you the stuff that you have left to finish. So that way you're not like spending forever trying to hunt down that last little piece that you forgot to clean. Sack time for me, sir. Have to be up in the morning. Hey, Snowhole, thanks for hanging out. Good to see you as always, and good luck on Black Friday, my friend. I hope the best possible Black Friday for you. I will be streaming Friday night, so y'all can look forward to hanging out with me again on Friday as per usual. Yeah. Snowhole's a manager at a retail spot at the Mall of America, actually. That was a kind of a recent job shift. Best possible equals no one shops. Yeah. Well, I don't know about all that. You're at the Mall of America on Black Friday. You're probably going to get a few people in the door. But what I mean by best possible is, the best possible considering whatever is about to happen. I hope it goes smoothly and well, and you don't end up your long shift being completely exhausted. So weird. Like, I don't ever really think about World of Warcraft like in terms of music, but I guess the game has music in it. And so like, not only to find out that World of Warcraft has music, but then to have that music be remixed into like a lo-fi vibe, even a vocal lo-fi like this, by someone talented, by the way. This person singing this shit is so good. So just remind me again, Snowhole, just so I know, it's the Foot Locker at the Mall of America, right? Are you the only Foot Locker at the Mall of America? Yes, I am sort of doxing him in that we've literally opened like Clark's shoes at Mall of America. Oh, okay, so it's not a Foot Locker. I don't know why I was thinking Foot Locker. You just Nintendo'd Foot Locker? No. Nah. For some reason I had it in my head that Snowhole worked at a Foot Locker, but I could not work at a Foot Locker at the MOA. No thanks. Yeah, I wouldn't be into that either. But you work at a different shoe store. It's Clark's Shoes, right? I hope you guys have solid sales. I hope you have a good day. Good luck to you. None of the proper respectable shoes. None of this youth muck. Fair enough. I despise disposable culture. Yeah, the fast fashion thing kind of needs to end. I think it's real dumb. That's why I prefer to go, like, I prefer to stick with like a classic, black t-shirt and jeans type of look, because like it never really goes out of style. And I can just wear it forever, and I don't have to think that much about what I put on, but I also don't have to like stress myself out about like replacing my closet every 6 months, because honestly, fuck that. I don't understand that. Why somebody would buy something, wear it once, and then never wear it again is beyond me. I'm gonna buy stuff that I think I look and feel good in, and then I'm gonna wear the shit out of it for the next 2 decades. Like that's my MO. Okay, what am I missing? There we go. Okay, I missed what? What did I miss? I missed the table. Nope, I see a ridge there. Okay, we got that part. Looks like I might have missed the little ledge up here. Yep. Okay. What else are we missing? We just oh, well, looks like we missed a spot on the speak. Oh, okay, we're done. Y'all, we're done. Hey, we're done. We finally finished. You want fixable shoes, you get a pair of Red Wings, Danner, or Timberland boots, or a very high-end like Cole Haan, Armani Exchange, etc. I love my Danners. I got a pair of Keens that are pretty good too, but I love those Danners because they think they're being cool doing it. Light composite toe, low hiking. Probably the best shoes I've owned in my life. Like, our shoes will last, but repairability is a hot mess depending on the shoe. Y'all, we are done. We have completed the we've completed the roller disco. Disco wheels and groovy feels on our disco dance floor. Holy shit, that dance floor is so goddamn cool. We've got our disco ball. Speakers. I'm not gonna lie, those speakers are pretty sick. Most of the speakers I work with are either like straight black or straight white. As an electronics technician, I can say that's endemic. It's why I called it disposable culture. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, in electronics, it's so much worse. And I completely agree with you. The days of electronics that don't just immediately break on you within a couple years, or like that, those days are over. Planned obsolescence has been here since the 80s and it's not going away. All right, y'all. That is all she wrote for the roller disco. And I think that's a good place to wrap the stream. No, I take that back. I want to take a peek. We're not going to start the level, but I want to take a peek at what our next level is going to be. I'm a little bit curious. A tractor in front of the barn that we cleaned. Okay, now I'm out for the night. Have a good night, Rex. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. Snowhole, go get some sleep, my dude. Let's take a look at this tractor level real quick. I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna really get into this level, but I just want to take a peek at it. You know what this tractor kind of reminds me of, actually, is those tractors from Cars, where they're like the cow tractors that like graze in the fields. That thing is disgusting. We're gonna have to clean the all the muck and dirt and grime off of this. Oh yeah, this isn't gonna get clean easy. Good Lord. What am I? How am I not getting this grill? I just wanted to clean off this grill. It's not letting me. Is it the whole? Yeah. All right. I'm sticking a mater. You were curious and now look what happened. Listen, I'm not. I don't like this where you fuckers all just start turning on me in the chat. Listen, I said I wasn't gonna get into it. I'm not. We peeked at it. We tried a couple things. I want to see if I can clear that grill real quick, but looks like that's not gonna happen. So here we are. We got, whatever. But I'll tell you what. This has been a blast. Y'all, it's such a fun time as always. Thank you so much for hanging out. Everybody that was kicking it in the chat tonight and bullshitting with me. Please come back on Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific time, right here at twitch.tv/DJ_SwitchPDX. And we're gonna power wash a tractor, apparently. And then of course, I would love to hear stories from everybody's Thanksgiving, everybody's Black Friday, and just kind of see how that all goes. But in the meantime, I'm gonna wrap it up. We're gonna call it a night. And shit, can I do it from here? Yeah, I can do it from here. All right. Thanks very much, y'all. Have a great evening. Have a great holiday, and I'll see you Friday. Bye-bye.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture science. Do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no sense crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake. And the science gets done and you make a neat gun for the people who are still alive. I'm not even angry. I'm being so sincere right now. Even though you broke my heart and killed me, tore me to pieces, and threw every piece into a fire. As they burned, it hurt because I was so happy for you. Now these points of data make a beautiful line. And we're out of beta, we're releasing on time. So I'm glad I got burned to think of all the things we've learned for the people who are still alive. Look at me still talking when there's science to do. When I look out there, it makes me glad I'm not you. I've experiments to run, there is research to be done on the people who are still alive. And believe me, I am still alive. And while you're dying, I'll be still alive. I feel fantastic and I'm still alive. And when you're dead, I will be still alive. Still alive, still alive. I'm still alive, baby.